Hi, just thought I'd duck in before the end of the session. Yesterday we noted that we had got some selling coming through into the close, and it was very obvious here in the mag. Down here in the mag we could see that there was quite a lot of selling going on. It wasn't so obvious here in the QM, but it was still pretty shallow. Here in the TQ it was pretty obvious we'd had selling most of the day, and that has led us into today. Today we're seeing the same thing, just a little bit more acute. It looks like it's sort of waddling through and it might pick up. It's really being held up by the indexes at the moment. If we have a look at the tickers themselves, we had this big buy yesterday on Apple. That's almost washed through here. We're almost, unless it turns down, we're just 310 now in the afternoon. We'd need to see that really sharpen up. Microsoft's done really well, but even in that buy, we can still see that it's got some leftover hedging from earlier. It did have a good buy yesterday. We did note that into the close. It had this buy come in. If you can see just here, it had a strong buy. And that buy has come through really well, and it's opened up a little bit, but not a lot. Tesla, I noted that it had a buy, but we can actually see that that buy also included this rising not quite big enough. It also includes this rising liquidity that's helped it into this drop today. We are just dropping back into a bit of liquidity. I don't know if it's going to be enough to give it any upside. We did see that the day before. It's just probably not enough and a little bit late. Again, if we just have a look at the SPIX, this is the SPIX yesterday. It was quite nice and green. We did have some leftover hedging there, and that's held it in place. There was just a little bit of extra hedging. There was a little bit more hedging in the SPXL, which I don't have up on there. Let's just put in this SPXL here. SPXL. There was going into the close yesterday a little bit more hedging in the SPXL. Today there was a lot of buying at the start of the day, as there was in the Qs and in the SPIX, but we've all ended up heading back to this tighter positioning. The mags is the big driver of it. Of course, we can see that it's moving away. So I took a small position. I'm looking for a pullback in the order of just not a huge pullback, but I don't have enough Qs. It's trying to prove me wrong at the moment that there's not going to be a pullback. I would have thought here's the liquidity for the Qs with 45 minutes to go. That can still tighten up. There's still an opportunity for it to tighten up, but we can see that since yesterday's close, if we look here at the liquidity sentiment, we have risen into a much looser position compared to if we looked at we were dropping as we came into the 7th of November, which gave us a really good feeling about the opening up on the Monday the 11th, Monday the 10th. So I've gone short. My short target is the 618. I'm hoping we climb the wall of worry and we slide down. We take the elevator down very quickly. So my target here is very close. I'm targeting the 612 or the 608. I'll just check on it. I'm targeting the 608, so I'm actually targeting just in between or just below the position for the 618. it might be worth rolling it down to the 609. And I'm targeting it for Friday. I just see how that goes into the close. If we get a little bit of a swing up here in the price as we get into the close, that would be a really nice way to tip that we are likely to have a swing down and a drop. And we can see that halfway through the day here that it did look like it was going to be a bit better in the mag, but the mag has spun out a little bit in the 15-minute. This was the drive by Apple, I think. If we went and had a look at Apple, Apple had this very, very good drive here through the center of the day, and it was followed by Microsoft. Microsoft is holding its own at the moment, but I do think it's probably the only one holding its own. I can't see any of these dropping at a rate. There's a little bit. Tesla is feeling it should drop a little bit. Whether it can hold its own against the weight of these other stocks, I don't see that it can. So, I think that targeting that 608, 609 is a good place to look. A little bit later, I'm going to do a little video on the newest GME meme stock, which is, we all have heard it being talked about, but few people understand what Strive is doing and how it's working. Strive is well worth watching. It's a very interesting stock. It didn't just start doing what it's doing now. It's been doing it since April. We can see that out of the April dip, we saw the first time we got some vol compression with the DSPX, and we've been having these blow-offs, and it is not a group of people all of a sudden deciding this stock is worth buying. It's a group of people who, like meme stocks, have worked out that this is a really valuable stock to have a crack at. Whether that's still going to work now that there's some gaming of the stock, I don't know. Whether the gamma gamers have missed it, I think that this was probably the time to trade it, and that time might have passed. But it's very interesting, and we'll have a look at that a little bit later. Anyway, have a good end to the afternoon's trading, and I will give an update after the end of close when the data comes out, and I'll do a short video on Strive and why Strive works and how it works and what we can watch to pick when to enter or when to not enter, which is might be the case. It has had a big pullback today, and it might be being shorted now, and we did have it roll heavily this week into long dated puts. So I've been trying to think of the logic of why we would roll from a short-dated put to a long-dated put. It may well be to not suffer the theta burn, but it also might be that there's not a gamma being used, there's vol being used, and I have to work out what would be the advantage to the gamers in this case. Anyway, we'll catch up a little bit later.